So maybe your back, your legs, or anything else is super strong, but you just have problems making your hands do what the rest of your body is capable of. Well, today I'm going to show you how to build in grip training with some specific grip movements and some everyday exercises that everybody uses, but you can modify to make them more beneficial to your hand strength. So, starting off with grip strength, how do you build it in? Do you do extra exercises, or do you just make exercises modified to make more grip? I have found that most of the exercises that I use is a modification of an exercise I'm already doing. For example, we're going to do lat pull downs today. This is the standard grip that came with the lat pull down. It's about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter thick. By just getting a set of cheap fat grips and putting it on there, we've just turned that handle into nearly a 3-inch diameter, making our fingers and our hands have to work extremely hard to do the same exercise we were going to do before. So by doing this exercise with this fat grip, it's going to make it way harder on our hands than being able to just do it with this grip, where I can almost fully close my hand and get my grip all the way around it. This is very minimal arm work. This is maximal hand work, building up the forearms and the fingers to be super strong. If you're strong with a fatter grip, when you go to something smaller, your hands are going to be way stronger. Now, another big trick is when you're doing your deadlifts, there's a couple of ways that in the lighter warm-up sets, you can make your hands have to work immensely harder. One is to just use a regular double overhand grip. So if I go grab this and don't hook it, my fingers are going to have to work way harder, okay? But we could take our thumb around the outside, or even more special, what I learned from a lot of old school deadlifters back in Indiana, namely Jim Dawson, which was one of the first guys from Indiana to pull 700 pounds, is pick up your lighter warm-up sets with only a few fingers. So when I was a kid, he would used to make me warm up with 135 up to 275 with 1, 2, or 3 fingers. So what we would do is he would make me what I call an ET grip, lift 135 using only fingers. Middle fingers, all kinds of different fingers styles. What I found was that made my hands insanely strong. And I don't have really big hands, but being able to hold on to multiple 800-pound plus deadlifters, my grip was never an issue. And I think it was because when I was a kid, I was using 1, 2, and 3 fingers to warm up before I got to my heavier sets. And in rare instances, you might need some specialized equipment. For one, we made this gripper machine, and basically what you would do, grab the bottom, come to the top, and then just pinch it closed and let it open slow. The trick is not necessarily how much weight, but doing it slow and controlled. You can see my forearms really having to work, my fingers getting stretched and having to squeeze. And you can even do these as isometric holds if powerlifting is your only thing. Remember that strength is in different ranges, by meaning you can have crushing strength and supportive strength. If you're trying to be a weightlifter, supportive strength and holding isometrics is going to be a better friend to you than crushing strength. So when you do stuff like this, you want to hold for a second or two at the top, like you're squeezing a normal barbell. Another thing you can have is a variety of fat bars. As you can see at Wenning Strength, we make quite a few different ones. And if you look at my pile of bars here, you're going to see that almost all of them are fatter handled than a normal handle bar. This is one of my favorite, the reverse V. This is 2 3/4 of an inch. And when I'm doing lat pull downs or tricep push downs, my hand has to be spread open to do so, which is going to make my hands work way harder while I'm already training back work. So these kind of bars like this, and as you see, they're smooth. So people ask me all the time, Matt, why don't you train with a lot of stuff that has knurling? Because I train with a deadlift bar that has knurling, and your hands are only going to take so much. So by training with a smooth bar, you actually have to grip harder. So make sure that a lot of your bars and your positions are making you do this type of stuff with no knurling, so your skin's not supporting, your hands actually have to squeeze. And that's another big trick. Train with smooth implements and watch how much stronger you get when you have something that's coarse. So for most of us, we just don't have time to add in extra grip training. So how do you do that? You add the grip training into the stuff you're already doing. Make your handles fatter on the stuff you're pulling. On your warm-ups, on your deadlifts, change it to 1, 2, or 3 fingers. and then have maybe some accessory stuff that you do for grip training alone. But in reality, you just need to add fatter implements to the stuff that you're already doing.